Hey everyone, today we're doing another cage slash tub upgrade. So as I've kind of said before a number of times, we always want to kind of take the next step forward in when it comes to care. So here at jzsreptiles, yeah, we do breed a little bit on a kind of a smaller scale, but we also just kind of keep a lot in general, which is really fun because once you start getting into a lot of species, it's fun to see them interact in different ways in their habitats that we set them up. And so while I do technically keep quite a number of snakes in tubs and racks, I'm doing my best to upgrade them and to give them more space and more things for them to interact with instead of just a piece of paper and a water bowl in a tub. So here's our next step in the next little project that we're doing. These things are going to be now for our large, mature, like big, over 2,000 gram female ball pythons. So kind of the industry standard that most people keep are a 41 quart tub or a V70 Freedom Breeder tub rack, which is a decent size. It gives them enough space to kind of stretch out and move around, but I think that it might be better if we were to in fact give them more room in general. So these things are 74 quarts. So almost double the space of the 41 quarts. These things are almost 4 feet long. They're huge. There's quite a bit of space and plenty of room for hides and other stuff that we're going to put in there. So we're just going to get right underway. Sorry I don't have them in here. I'm not going to move them into these quite yet because some of them are messing with me right now. And I think they're going to lay eggs soon. And I want to wait until they lay their eggs and I get a meal or two into them. And then they're going to move into these, because right now they're in the V70s for the moment. But then I have a 10 rack setup of these guys, and they are gonna move into there, and then the smaller ones are gonna, upgrade, so on and so forth as we continue with this. So, ground up, coconut husk, really thick layer. You can see I can entirely cover my hand in there. So adds humidity, lets them bury in, even though they're those big girls. We're gonna do some of these hides. So as you see, I've just been kind of holding on to that. So just a little tub that just a little dish pan that this is a big enough size to where a full-grown ball python can hang out in here. So we'll kind of put this tub kind of in the middle. So where the hot spot is on the rack is right here, kind of stretching right here, so they can kind of go where they want to. The tub and rack in and of itself kind of acts as a bit of a hide. I will give them a 12-hour day light cycle in the room. Obviously, I can't give these guys UVB because they were in a rack system. But the day and night cycle has actually, what I've kind of found is that they're eating a little bit better. It kind of helps them. They definitely know when I'm there more and when they're not. When I am not, apologies. So we're going to start with one hide here, and we're going to see where they're kind of moving, where they're figuring out, and maybe I'll throw in a second one kind of more towards the warmer, more towards the cooler. We'll see from there. We'll just kind of watch the behavior of the snakes, but we'll just stick with the one. So I'm going to set just 2 up right now, and like I said, I don't have any snakes with me right now, but sorry guys. And then we're going to swing around over here. Nice big water bowl. These things are pretty big. Actually, for some of them, they're so large, they're over 4,000 grams. I have even a larger size, like what you would put out for like small livestock and stuff. And so we'll just kind of bury this down more on the cooler side. Sometimes you want this a little bit on the warmer side to kind of help balance out humidity. But the way that I have my room set up with ambient temps and everything like that, this on the cool side will probably be more beneficial. So there, just like that. And then, the term enrichment, we throw that around, did a whole video about that. Not sure if it's going to be out before this comes out or not, but enrichment is something that just gives them something to interact with in their day-to-day lives, so they're not just kind of bored and monotonous. Can people survive with just a bare blank room and food and water? Yeah, but is that really a great life? So we're trying our best to improve that. And while breeding and everything like that, it's a bit of a controversial and kind of complicated subject, I'm not going to get into that. But as small as we are, I'm going to take the steps that we can for our small breeding groups and the snakes that we have in general. So just this in and of itself offers a bit of enrichment because it gives them something to go through. I have these large logs that I got. We cut down a tree, we're trimming back trees. And so what we did is we just kind of wash these off, and then we bake them in the oven for a while to kind of kill off any bacteria. So we have a little log here. They don't have a whole lot of room to really climb much. And yes, ball pythons will actually climb. Not a lot, but they can do it. You won't see it because they're nocturnal, and I have plenty more logs. I'm just kind of setting each one up a little bit differently. So we're gonna throw over here. We're gonna throw this right here, kind of in the front. Also, because you know, this will be the front of the tub when I'm walking by the rack over here. This will give a little bit more cover for them when they see like the big old warm shadow body of JZ running across in front of them over there. So we'll put that right there. Over here, we got a bunch of different types of plants and stuff. So we'll come over here with this one and we'll set that just kind of like that over here. And what's great about these, I don't want to do too many big ones, because then I can actually move them around in the tub more often when I'm going around and cleaning. So that one had a really big one. I'll do this kind of viney thing here. We'll have a little bit of a bush back here for them, as well as we also have a little bit of a rock. Now this is not super big for like a big breeder ball python female, but this is something they can rub against. The texture is different, it smells a little bit different, and they can interact with this. I'll put that one in the back. Over here I have this big one over here. We'll put that one right there. Let's see, what else do we have? We have this kind of bushy little thing. Stick that kind of in the back over there. Little guy right there. So nothing too crazy, but as you can see, all this stuff is very easy to clean, easy to move around, and this setup is just a small little way of being able to actually give them a little bit more room. So if you ever look at any of the racks in the background or the tubs, you'll see that they're not really like the professional ARS or Animal Plastics or Freedom Breeder like big industrial racks. They're mostly handmade racks that I've made and painted and coated and sealed, but that's because I can give them bigger tubs versus that. So you probably won't see too many breeders have ball pythons in these size tubs, but that's kind of just something I want to do. So, you know, it's one thing if I was pumping out 4,000 baby snakes a year. That's, like I said, it's a whole other conversation. But someone small time like me who just wants to do the best but for and by their animals and produce really high quality animals for people out there and spread education and promote good husbandry practices, that's why I do this. Hopefully you guys can get something from this video. You can see that maybe you don't have to put your snakes in really large tubs like you can see here, but you know, just something a little extra you can do for your people. I know just something like this is really easy to do. Little vines, we did a little video before about in an aquarium and the bioactive. These guys won't be bioactive like our California king snake tub, but they're a little bit more naturalistic. They're a little bit more fun to interact with. But anyway, sorry, went on a bit of a tangent. Hopefully everyone got something from this. You enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know down in the comments. Hit me up, jzsreptiles@gmail.com. jzsreptiles, just JZ was already taken. Sorry guys, I took too long to make it. But hit me up if you have any questions, information, interested in available snakes or anything like that. Hope you're having a good day, and we'll check you next time.